What's up guys, and welcome back to another part in the Tales of Berseria playthrough video. So the last part we met up with Magilu's friend, Grim, and she's going to help decipher the book that we have, and we're on our way to the village named Haria, which we also overheard Teresa and Oscar talking about it, that there is a demon there. So we're going to end up seeing what that's all about. Let's check our expedition.
I knew this would be
Nothing
big.
new.
What
Oh,
a treasure!
So Yggdrasil goddess statue. A statue pulled up from the Exsphere Sea depicting a beautiful goddess. The figure is imbued with a mysterious energy that causes it to gradually move over time. New skill, Unyielding. So we at least got the treasure there, so we'll go on to this next
Scout
scene.
ship setting sail.
Skill list. Unyielding overturns defeats in battle, so that's cool. So yeah, let's get going to the area. Hasn't been too long since the last video, like in terms of recording. It's only been like 2 days, but I think in that time the only thing that's happened is I finished the first novel for Tokyo Ghoul, which basically just shows, you know, side stuff early on. It shows stuff that didn't like show in the main series, and some of it is actually really good in how it ties in together. I have to read the second one now, which is whenever the Al-Gidi breaks into the Ghoul prison, because for some weird reason that's not in the manga from what I'm seeing currently. But
I'll end this
yeah.
quickly.
Other than that, game-wise, I got to chapter 4 in Trails of Cold Steel. Really nice stuff happening up in that. And funny enough, in the recent, game announcements, I think this was today. It was mainly from Nintendo Direct, but it also shows stuff that's coming to the other things. And
You're not hurt, are you?
No.
one of them, which I'm excited for, is Tales of Grace's F is being remade. It's coming on Switch, I think all the platforms it's coming on, so this will be my first chance to get to try the game. I was originally going to get it on PS3 because that's pretty much the main reason I got a PS3, was to play some of these old games that, you know, are pretty much only on PS3. But I never got around to getting it, so this is now my chance. And funny enough, another game that's being remade is The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, which I don't know which Trails game is the first, but I know this one is so old that it's literally an RPG style. Like if you've seen Final Fantasy 1, it's like that. So I'm excited to try that one as well, because I wanted to try some of the other Trails games, but they were just so old looking, and they just didn't seem like they would be very good with the type of combat that it's got. So I was just holding off on it, you know, and glad I did, because now I could do it and play it like at a, you know, more up-to-date setting, because it looks amazing. The graphics in that look amazing. The movement, the play style, and everything. It looks great. I asked a friend if like the battle system on there, because like you don't see much in the trailer. So I asked him, I was like, you know, is that the same battle system as Daybreak? Because I haven't played the demo for Daybreak, so I don't know the battle system. I've just heard it's got some free movement to it. And he said it kind of looks like it, but just a little bit different. So it should be interesting.
From what we heard in Iseult, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men. Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
Very quiet here. Really, really quiet. Can't reach that. I gotta go this way. Okay. Okay, so there are people here. For a second there, I was thinking there wasn't. Anything else? Another soul. I think there's still one back in that village that we need to get to, so I need to try to remember that. Don't be surprised if I forget about it, though. I would have opened it in the last part, but there was another chest literally like in that area before Grim, or right in that area too. So ended up using the souls on that one. But yeah, that's 2 other games you can definitely expect to end up seeing pop up on this channel eventually. You know, the Tales of Grace's F and the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, for sure. Another one that I'll end up having, I will most likely wait till it goes on sale, but that new game from Atlas called Metaphor, which is basically Persona. Like if you played Persona Arcena, it's pretty much that exact same style. But
I can't deal with this anymore.
yeah, that'll be
What's the
one too.
matter?
Everyone's sick of all these fruit-flavored gels, right? So, I made gels using the giant cacao beans only found here on this island. It gave them a nice bitter chocolate taste. But people complained that they weren't avant-garde enough. Ugh, chocolate-flavored gels, how prosaic, bah! This got me fuming! So I caught some maiden bonita fish you find around here, ground them up, and made some gels with them.
You put fish
Made some fish into
chocolate
gels.
gels?
Well, people do braise meat with chocolate. Chocolate and fish may go surprisingly well together.
Exactly! It was the discovery of a century. The bonito flakes crunchiness and the gel's gumminess made for an exquisitely bad combo, which made it interesting.
So if you made an innovative new type of gel, why are you so angry?
That's exactly my problem. I outdid myself. Now I need to make my Gels World debut as amazing as they are. So I thought up the ultimate plan.
And that is?
I'll put my Choconito gels in toilets all over the world. I'll call it the Great
What?
Choconito Toilet Gambit.
How
No
does
one
this
will go
help?
to the bathroom without finding my gels. I think everyone will have a lot of fun. So, genius, right?
Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's funny too.
Right? I knew that kids would get it.
Who's a kid?
But all the adults in my village called it silly and lowbrow. They forbade me from selling my Choconito gels at all. Isn't that just horrible?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Aw, man. Things used to be so much better. Mom would make me dinner, and all I had to do was goo 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 ga, and everyone would smile
Goo,
and
goo, goo,
praise me.
ga.
I don't want to become the kind of grown-up who can't find any fun in looking for gels in toilets.
A very random interaction. I was like, whenever he started talking about his like creation and saying that he needs to get it like worldwide, I was expecting him to give us like the recipe for it so we could actually cook it. And yeah, we haven't pretty much done like any cooking in this. Honestly, probably won't at all. There's really no point. If I do, maybe it'll be at the end with final bosses and stuff, but that's it. anything here. New stuff. But we'll hold off on all this. Like I said, I'm pretty sure. I think some of these I already have, and some of them we're just gonna be getting soon anyway. So, let's see. What are we supposed to be doing? Okay, so yeah. And we still got this subquest, search for Longdow's dust. Yeah, which is all the way back there. So we need to go to the end, but let's get all this other stuff first. I don't want to walk close to there because I feel like it would trigger. Can't go around? Nope. I think I saw a stat herb over there to the right. So I think pretty much now for the Tales games, I don't know too many of the old ones. Like Tales of Graces, Symphonia, and like Abyss are really the only ones I know. And the only one I can see them kind of doing now is Abyss, which would be nice because never got to experience that because I think that was only on like DS and PS2. And I definitely don't have a PS2, and I don't think the PS3 has it in their store. I don't remember. I don't even know if the PS3 store is even still active. Little crab. Because I know fairly recently, it was probably like this month or last month, the Xbox 360 store actually closed down after all this time. It's crazy it lasted this long. It sucks because for some games like that are still active, like the person that I saw it from was a YouTuber I watch all the time for Left 4 Dead videos that he makes. His name is Wow Such Gaming, and he posted about it, and it kind of sucks because to me he basically revived the multiplayer scene for Left 4 Dead. You know, making it better than what it was on console and pretty much PC. But now people on console, they can't play DLCs anymore on there. And I think in the post he mentioned that there was never, you know, a like Game of the Year edition or anything like that. Like no physical copy that has all the DLCs. So pretty much those are all gone. So anybody who doesn't have them, then you can't play with other people with those DLCs. So that means even less matchmaking on there. So it's definitely a shame when that kind of stuff happens. You know, you can't do anything about it really, but you know, time is unavoidable. Dang, this inn only has one room? I mean, I guess I should expect that. Let me check in this room first. Dang, only 2 beds too. Everybody is definitely not fitting.
We could use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
All right, time to start deciphering this scroll.
Let's wait somewhere outside so Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
No, what did you call me?
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be called ma'am, so I thought maybe that'd work.
Yes, satisfactory. All right. I'll teach you how to read Ancient Avarost.
Thank you so much, teacher!
We'll leave you two alone.
Keep in mind they're on such a short
Let us know if anything
timeline.
comes up.
It's pretty crazy if he actually learns this whole language in a short span. Let's check out what these villagers are probably saying. I think I gotta listen to them.
Do you plan on just giving up?
Oh, never mind.
Palamedes is Amenoch's temple. The priestess isn't the only one whose job it is to protect that temple. It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Aminoch's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us? Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Isolt anymore.
Our faith in Aminoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
So the people are definitely restless. You know, the temple. I think it's because the temple's being taken by the Abbey, from what it sounds like.
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Aminoch. For unbroken centuries, a line of his priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
And there's still a priestess today?
Of course. And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria. But the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Inominat. In all the years we've worshipped Aminoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
Yeah, keep in mind, a priestess and the daughter, and we haven't seen them. This is the first time we're actually hearing of it, too. Let's see, who do we have over here? Rokro, let's talk to you, man. What you got?
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laphicet.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am, so I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
Nice. I was expecting that to be longer, but nice. I'm gonna leave that last. I'm gonna leave Magilu last. Okay, I thought that was a person standing right in front of her. Like, from this distance, it kind of looks like it would be Kuragane, that armor guy. That's what I thought for a second. What you got, Eleanor?
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything toward your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed.
Damn, dude. Conversation ends right after that. Like, yup. I will. Eisen over here. I thought he had a drink. Eisen over here just chilling with the crabs, man. Look at this. Crab on the rock, just chilling.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
Oh, man. It sounds like a weird language when he describes it like that. Because, like, how do you write it? Do you just make everything sound like... Do you just make everything sound as if you have to guess
Banning
it?
local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Aminoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough. But straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Shrug. Too much energy for Magilu to think. Dude, how would you read this if that hat's just in the way?
Oh, ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Saw, Popo, Mucho, Sancho.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Reordering? So like... San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Muson. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Muson. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into... the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. All right, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words. I wonder if they've
Starting
made
to
any
learn some
progress
truths
yet.
now.
Shall we go check on them?
So let's end up seeing.
Well, any results? Yes. Well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue. You'll give this old girl ideas. Huh? Now, child,
Oh
I'm
my
sure they're
God.
curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless
Remember, we've seen
Empyrean
the
hath
crimson
one
moon.
heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
And we've heard that, you know,
Therians?
Velvet's a Therian.
Essentially, this ancient text you found is an
7
annotated volume
Therians.
of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat. Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so. But if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along Earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called...
Therians.
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians in Innominat's body are connected through Earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the Earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of Earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up.
And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Amenoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth Pulse point?
There's lots of Earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's
Maybe
not
the
like we have
strongest
any better
ones.
leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing. Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therian... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
So, huge hint at the plot from that book. Just from that pretty much, line that they were able to uncover right there, so. Sorry if there's so much dialogue going on. I mean, we're at the point now in the story where really the plot gets revealed. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be explained and all of that, so. Just keep that, in mind. So I think we go over here? Yes.
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamedes and...
Dang, Bella, chill out.
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
Work your magic, Eleanor.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service?
I want you to look for someone. A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned.
They've both gone missing?
Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Aminoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana.
Hold on. If she's a priestess of Aminoch...
Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too. I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother.
And you believe they're being held at the temple?
Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down.
I will do everything in my power to find them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
Of course.
Let's be off, Miss Exorcist.
Expedition? Let's see.
This recipe looks real tasty.
New recipe, okay.
Scout ships.
Let's see, what does that recipe have for it? Everyone's HP is under 60%, then it recovers 20%, okay. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Now, I think this area is kinda lengthy. There is a part, if I remember correctly, that's coming up that actually got censored with the Western release. I believe the JP
Eleanor,
copy
what's your game here?
doesn't have
The
any
mother and daughter, you
censors,
mean? That's
but I
on
do
me.
remember this part
I'll
being
search for
censored.
them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately
told her
misleading you? Laying
you
a
know
trap
she's
of some
supposed to follow
sort for
you.
you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them. I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what it is. Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. But something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
What is it?
About the Therians. I've heard you call yourself a Therian before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one, that's all.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But
Surrounded by
was
freaks.
that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
Velvet keeps picking on Madame Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometimes, but Velvet takes it too far.
You really think they're totally opposite?
If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squid ink noodles with seaweed.
I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common. And since they don't share anything in common, some fighting now and then just can't be helped.
Well, they both have beautiful hair.
Okay, but we're talking a noble exorcist and an aloof demon.
Eleanor sometimes treats you coldly, and Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is the cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've
Taking up for both.
experienced.
Actually, I feel that Madame Eleanor isn't really reaching out to me.
It's all right if Eleanor doesn't want to talk to you. I'm here for you, Bienfu. You aren't alone.
That just makes me feel lonelier.
He wants the women.
You two are opposites yourselves.
Huh?
Let's see.
I challenge you.
One, two.
Running round. Shadow flow. Devour. Here. Take the hammer. Running round. Take the hammer. Shadow flow. Turn up. Here. I did it. Take that. Devour. Twin whip. You won't get away. Thunder flip. Take the guys. Shadow flow.
Not too long now till the new SAO. Basically, like what? A month? Less than a month? So,
Come on,
yeah,
really?
we need to really buckle down and try to get done with this. Like I said, I need to just get it recorded more, you know. The uploading process, the only way I can make that faster is just uploading it at work. Which, since it's like hour-long videos, it still takes a little bit of time, but it's way faster than doing it at home.
We will need to be extremely
I
wary.
just need to get that mainly, you know, recorded, uploaded. That's mainly for
No escape! For three!
This is actually doing really good, dude. Like, fighting these type of enemies and giving them laugh and rage is like so fun. It feels like it's way stronger, too. These are just being juggled right now.
Moonlight Cyclone! No escape! Finish! Rapid Raven! Out of my way!
No escape! See this? Get it started!
I don't know what's going on. It feels like I'm doing way more damage than usual.
Armor Crusher! Next!
Shadow Flow!
For two! It's a
Out of my way!
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Moonlight Cyclone! No escape!
Armor Crusher!
I refuse to fall here.
Nice. New stuff, too. Did we get mastery? No. Okay. The title system I'm not really going to worry about either. I don't think I've changed anybody's titles. I don't think.
Woo! It's
I'm not gonna worry about those. Like I said, if I ever try to go for flat, I'll just, you know, possibly stream it. Because I do want to have play this game eventually. It won't be during this playthrough, that's for sure. That'll just be much more time, especially the title system.
You won't get any pity or compassion from me.
Level them up to 3. I think you have to level them all up one time, or I think you have to at least unlock them all. I can't remember what the requirements are, but I just know I definitely don't want to do it during a playthrough, that's for sure. Because let's see. Yeah. You kind of just do them here and there with stuff. Yeah, so it really just kind of depends. Yeah. I don't think they're too hard. It's mainly just, you know, doing menus, doing fights, unlocking stuff, all that kind of thing. So not like difficult, but like time consuming for sure. Dude, I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go down to that area down there just so we can get what's down there. I didn't even notice that area was there until right when I got to the top. So let's go see what we got down here. Most likely a chest, some spirits, and maybe a stat boosting herb. We got a code red right up there too, which is nice. Get another Ventite or Glaciite from that. Oh, you can actually see him right here. I didn't think that was him. I barely noticed that too. Wow, that's cool. For a second there, I thought that was kind of like a like something that's just kind of shown in the background, kind of like if any of you've played Borderlands 2 or watched Borderlands 2, there's a raid boss in that called Slayer or Terramorphous, and you can actually see Terramorphous like from outside the map and stuff. That's kind of what it reminded me of just now. That's gonna be a fun game to play too with some friends. We'll probably have like a playthrough or something like that on the console version, and then probably like playing through with some mods or whatever on PC version, because I got the PC version. Haven't really messed with it though. I've only done like the very first part when you fight Double Dragger. And funny enough, my first time killing him on PC, and I get the legendary. So that's stupid lucky for no apparent reason.
Now, rise.
Really, Mongoose?
Ascending angel.
Your style is really unique.
Yes, it is unique. There's the code red. Let's go ahead and get him. This guy's huge, man. This is probably like the biggest code red we've seen. Yeah, this dude is huge. Wow.
Hurricane! Armor crusher!
You won't get away.
Killing flash! But I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero! Thunder! Hurricane!
Take that! Devour! You won't get away. Thunder blitz! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal. Hard to deflect. Lethal pain! Take that! Devour! Moonlight cycle! won't get away! Thunder Blitz!
Bro is about to
Shadow
die.
Flow! Moonlight Cyclone! Shadow Flow! Take that! Devour! You won't get away! Thunder Blitz!
I can't tell if he's jumping or maybe they're hitting him in the air. I don't know.
Shadow Flow!
It's weird.
Crash through! Take that! Devour! Moonlight Cyclone! You won't get away!
See this?
Thunder Blitz!
See this?
Feel the burn?
Deception! Deception! For two! Deception! Deception!
Take that! Devour! Crash through! You won't get away! Thunder Blitz!
Muggy's like, why are you using football on this guy? He's water.
You won't get away! Thunder Blitz! Here it comes! Here!
Nice.
Spiral! Hail!
She hit a lot more on hers.
Take that! Devour!
Hurricane!
Moonlight Cyclone! Crash through! You won't get away! Thunder Blitz! Take that! Devour! Pierce!
Hurricane! Hold up!
Moonlight Cyclone! Here it comes! You won't get away! Thunder Blitz! Take that! Devour!
I
Nice, there we
refuse
go.
to fall here.
Huge enemy, but easy. Got Twilight Mastery. Disruptor's Glaciite. Grants a random skill that can allow souls to be retained when performing a break soul on hard mode or above. It really does suck that most of these, you know, things we're getting now are, you know, for normal mode or higher. So you can't use them, which really sucks because it'd be nice to get those effects. So that is mastered now. Go ahead and put that on. She got her spear mastered. Boots. We'll go with that. Alright, there we go. Don't want to fight you. At least when we get back to the village, we'll be able to open that cat's box. But I think there is going to be one coming up soon, so we probably won't get to open that one either.
This rocky shore just keeps going. Just don't step on any sea slugs, okay?
Why
Oh,
not?
there's a little thing
What's
over
the
there. I
big
see.
deal?
It's just that it isn't pretty. Their insides squish everywhere.
Yikes. That sounds pretty traumatizing.
Then again, if you pickle their innards, it makes for a great snack.
You eat them?
Oh, don't be a baby. You've had worse.
Forget the sea slugs.
You were eating a
Try
penguin.
not to step on the coral.
Good point. Coral is alive and needs our protection.
Or maybe it's because
What?
some of it can be sold for jewelry.
I didn't mean either of those reasons. Although Manon appears similar to Maclear Beach, it was formed by a completely different process.
Now that you mention it, this area is covered by rocks.
Maclear is just your average seashore. But Manon here was made by the slow corrosion of seaside caves.
They were worn away by the waves?
That too. But mainly, it was the handiwork of a rock-eating species of coral, known as ravening table coral. Stay in contact long enough, and they'll melt your flesh right off.
Ah, so that's why it tingles every time I touch the coral.
Why didn't you warn us earlier?
Funny. Whoa, there's a lot of souls here. This probably would be the best spot. Oh my god, dude, they get way too close. Oh my god, she's way too close, man. She's way too close. Okay. Just let me grab these. Let me grab these, please. You all are way too close. Oh my god. Good place for souls right there, though, that's for sure. Also, wait. Did I not? Oh, it's at the other side of the map. I see it over there. There's another chest over there. We're almost coming up on the time limit. I'll probably at least get to the temple first, though. And then stop it there. That way in the next part we can actually start the temple. Yeah, you can see this area is pretty lengthy. Just a bunch of walking and whatnot in it. That one scene I was remembering should pop up soon, though. Maybe it happened here, or maybe it happened at a different area, but I feel like it happened here.
Fluffy said, have you been taking care of that rhino stag roast like a good boy?
Of course. I make sure to feed it every night before I go to sleep, since it's nocturnal.
How long are you going to keep on calling it a rhino stag roast?
I don't know. It's a new kind of beetle, so it's gonna be hard to tell if it's really a rhino or a stag. You're asking a lot of questions. Bienfu, do you like bugs?
Duh! I love rhinoceros and stag beetles both! What guy doesn't find them fascinating?
Right? So which kind of beetle do you think it is? Rhino or stag?
Oh, that's a tough question. But guess what? Miss Mogulu taught me a surefire way to tell.
I didn't know there was a way to tell.
Yeah, but if I do it, you gotta name it after me, alright?
Oh my
Come
god.
on! What guy doesn't
The
wish he had a
bribery.
cool bug named after himself, right? And besides, Miss Mogulu told me that this technique is so good that it's only fair to have a bug named after you in return. So what do you say, man to man? Come on, let's live the dream!
Oh, all right. How can I say no to that? Besides, we all did work together to capture it anyway.
Yay! Thanks, Laffy Set. All right, show me the bug, and I'll tell you what it is. Miss Mogulu says you need to open up its outer wings and get a good whiff of the thin underwings.
I'm pretty sure I remember rhinoceros and stag beetles smelling really nasty under their wings.
Is it really that bad?
Why not find out for yourself?
No thanks. I think I'll pass.
Maybe you shouldn't do this after all, Bienfu.
You probably just want to hog the name all to yourself. Well, too bad. A real man never goes back on his word. If it packs a mean punch, then it's a rhinoceros beetle. And if it smells really zesty, then it's a stag
Really
beetle.
zesty.
I don't know about this.
Oh
Just
my
let him do it,
God.
Laffyset. He's already volunteered.
I can do this.
Let him
Just
suffer.
you watch.
That's sniffing.
This smell is the most bad thing that ever batted it.
Whoa! He fainted with his eyes still open. Hey, wake up! Wake up, Bienfu!
Miss Mogulu, as soon as I smelled it, my nose
Exploded.
literally exploded.
He looks like he's having a bad dream.
That bad. Oh, so this is the one, because this is the scene right here. So this is the scene that got censored for us. And the Japanese copy, I believe it's still Like, I think it's regular. They didn't censor it there, but they censored it for us.
I spy with my little eyes a kiddo who's spying at my bewitching waist.
Oh, sorry. I just couldn't help it. What are those books anyway?
Oh, that's a great question. Since you asked, I'll reveal the secrets of my tomes just for you. On the right, I've got my household ledger in the back, and my magic encyclopedia in the front. That one I mostly use for oil blotting paper.
What's oil blotting paper?
It's a girl thing. The two on the left are my heavy book, which I use for flower pressings, and then my super pop-up book.
A super pop-up book?
When you open it, it pops out with the force of a raging river! When an enemy has me cornered, I can just open it up facing a nearby wall and pop! Instant getaway! The only downside is that it's a real pain to try to get closed again, so I haven't used it in years.
What about the book right in front?
That's actually layer cake.
Whoa, really?
Seared into its batter are precious bits of knowledge. Eating it is just as good for your brain as it is for your stomach.
Wow! I had no idea that was possible.
He's taking this so seriously, I almost feel bad.
All of your books are so interesting, Maggie-Lou. That's really cool.
There's no end to your curiosity, is there? What do you say? Want to take a closer look?
Boy, would I.
If you really do, then say,
You said,
Maggie-Lou,
"Boy,
I
would
want to
I."
get to know you better.
Maggie-Lou, I want to get to know you better.
All right, I accept. I'll reveal to you my most private secrets.
Wow, so that's what's
Just
on the other
flashes
side of these books. I wouldn't have ever guessed that.
What the? What are you
Technically,
doing?
they censor it, but I think
He
in
said
the
he wanted to
Japanese,
see, so
they don't
I'm
have that,
showing
like, that
him.
bottom
You have
part,
no
that
right
kind
to
of
stand in the
darkened.
way of his desires.
It's my job to protect him as his vessel, especially from someone so wicked as yourself. Also, what you're doing runs contrary to public decency.
Witches aren't supposed to be decent.
These bindings with the locks on them. This style used to be really popular during the Meliodas dynasty.
Now that I know you're such a bad influence for him, I'll be keeping a closer eye on you.
If you can't learn to take it easy, nobody's ever gonna want to marry you, you know.
Like you're a shining example of marriage material yourself.
Hey, Maggie-Lou,
To some,
could
she
you turn
is.
them over one more time? I want to see how the
You
book's
want to
attached
see
to
it
your belt.
again.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Maggie-Lou.
Another part
I
to
was
it.
wondering about that book you have on your waist. The one you called your heavy book, for flower pressings.
Your curiosity truly knows no bounds, does it, kiddo? Okay, nobody else knows this, but since you're so interested, I'd hate to leave you hanging. My heavy book, the one I use for flower pressings, is none other than a collection of Bienfu's poetry.
Bienfu likes to write poems?
Yep, you'd never guess it, but he's actually just about the best Moloch poet around. Some people even call him the Great Norman Poet. Here, I'll read you my favorite one. If there is something unimportant happening to the east, I'm made to go there and back. If there is something unimportant happening to the west, I'm made to go there and back. I can never rest nor be at peace. Every day my life is a living hell.
That's heavy stuff.
I don't understand that as
Isn't
poetry.
it?
To me,
That's what makes it so good for pressing
poetry is kind of
flowers.
like rhyming.
It's so wonderfully, oppressively heavy.
So I don't understand that
Maggie-Lou?
kind usually.
Your face has gone all sinister looking.
But yeah, that's the scene I was talking about. Like, no matter how long it's been since I played this game, that is definitely one scene I just always remember. But yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I was expecting it to like not even show her lower half at all. But I mean, it still you can still see it. But it's got that, you know, little darkened part right there. But it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was like I said, you know, more darkened out and you can't see anything, but oh well, it's nice that it's not. Get to get a little fan service in this pretty dark game. Expedition, pirate flag, sea snakes.
Scout ship.
Is that a treasure? No, it's not. Okay. But yeah, I think that old wrappings or whatever it was she was talking about, she said it's a girl thing. It's probably for periods, I would have to imagine. Okay, we got our little teleport point right here. Let's activate that. And then we should be right there at the temple finally. No? Still more? Oh my god. There's that chest that we didn't get to get earlier. There's that other area we were just at. The next area should be it then, hopefully. Yeah, like when I first played this and got to this area, this felt so long, man. This felt like such a long area. It still kind of feels long, but mostly because I'm not fighting, you know, every single thing right now. Got tons of souls, though. They'll easily be gone. Yep, there's a cat box right there. So those two that we weren't able to open before are pretty much going to have to stay unopened for probably a while. Nothing from that one. Still? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this is long. Like, look at this, dude. This is... wow. Crazy. Okay, I thought that was something. 2 chests here. There's another teleport point over there. That's good. This probably would be a pretty good place to farm. Yeah, I think that's the temple over there. Looks like there's a pillar. But yeah, it seems like this would be a good place to farm just cat spirits. Just start from the beginning of this place and then just walk all the way to the end. That's like,
yeah, in the direction of the temple.
At least 200, I imagine.
The feeling's getting stronger now.
Or you can just, try to teleport to that area with the chest with a bunch of spirits and then just grab them, then leave and come back, something like that. Dude, he's right there, literally. I'm surprised that's not triggering. Yep, there it is in the distance. Came a really long way. Palamedes Temple. Alright, since we're already here, I'm gonna go ahead and save. And in the next part, we'll end up, going into the temple, seeing if we can find the mother and daughter that have gone missing now. So, with that part done with this episode, we ended up learning a bit about the book, about the Therians, about the Innominat. And yeah, so with all that coming to an end, like I said, we will explore that temple and figure out what's going on a little bit more and possibly finding out more about the book since Grimm is, still back there reading it. So, with that being said, that's going to be it for this part, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.